Hi everyone from Little Treasures, it's lovely to see you again. I hope you had a good half-term break. Well, the weather was a little bit crazy, wasn't it? How did you get on at Halloween? Was it a bit scary too? I hope not. Well, boys and girls, thank you for everyone who has been watching Little Treasures, our little movies together. I hope you have been enjoying them as much as I have in making them. Did you enjoy last week's when Sam was with me as we went round the sensory garden here in Clonakilty? It really was a lovely day. Did you manage to go and see it as well? I hope you did. Well, this week I want to talk to you about, well, what's up in the sky. No, not the stars, although I want to thank Arthur and Maisie for sending in their lovely photos, or, well, their lovely artist's impressions of the stars. Let's have a look at these here now. Look at those colours, Arthur, wonderful. And Maisie, I love the bright smiling faces on those stars. And boys and girls, if you ever want to send me in something, please do so. Just send it to this address here and I'll be able to look at it and hopefully get it up on screen for you as well. And the challenge I have for you this time is, can you find some lovely photos of clouds that are up in the sky? Yes, I love clouds, and my wife often says to me, Kingsley, you're always looking up at the clouds. And that's because they're amazing things. They're so big, and yet they're so friendly too. I'm going to read you a story about clouds in a moment, but let me just tell you about clouds myself. A few years ago, although I think you'll tell by this video it was a few years ago, I went on a skydive. That's where I jumped out of an airplane and down to the ground and parachuted safely to the ground, I'm glad to be able to say. But as we were going up and up and up in the aircraft, getting higher and higher, and I was looking out and thinking, I'm going to be jumping out. This is absolutely crazy. The funny thing was, and you'll laugh at this, is when we looked down, we could actually see the clouds. And you know, jumping out of the airplane onto clouds actually made it easier, because clouds can be nice and friendly things. So here we're falling at about 200 kilometers per hour. If you look at my face really closely, it's all rippling with the wind. It was so strong. Look at those lovely clouds though. But in our story today, and I'm taking this from a book that I used to read many, many years ago. It's called Mouse Tales. And in this book, there's a lovely story about clouds. And I'm going to read that to you here now. A little mouse went for a walk with his mother. They went to the top of a hill and looked at the sky. Look, said Mother, we can see pictures in the clouds. The little mouse and his brother saw many pictures in the clouds. They saw a castle, a rabbit, and even a mouse. I'm going to pick flowers, said Mother. I'll stay here and watch the clouds, said the little mouse. And the little mouse saw a big cloud in the sky. It grew bigger and bigger. And the cloud became a cat! A cat! And the cat came nearer and nearer to the little mouse. Help! Shouted the little mouse. And he ran to his mother. There's a big cat in the sky! Cried the little mouse. I'm afraid! And Mother looked up at the sky. Do not be afraid, she said. See, the cat has turned back into a cloud again. And the little mouse saw that this was true, and he felt better. He helped his mother pick flowers, but he did not look up at the sky for the rest of that afternoon. Isn't that a lovely story? And it's all about clouds. And boys and girls, my challenge to you this week is, will you go out with your mum or dad or whoever's minding you and look up at the sky and see, can you spot any pictures in the sky? In that story there was a rabbit, there was a castle, but let me share some photos that I took just recently of clouds in the sky. See with you, will you agree with me that these actually look quite lovely?
But let me disappear, because behind me, look what's up here in the sky. There's a giant, big, flying elephant. Can you see it? And there are his wings as well. You might have to stretch your imagination here a little, but I think that's a giant bunny rabbit looking at me there. And although there was no snow on the ground, I saw this man up in the sky. Look, he's skiing. And then at Clonakilty Church, I noticed this cloud. It's a giant Pac-Man. And boys and girls, what do you think this dark figure is here? I wonder. And then one morning I saw this cloud over our house. It's a grumpy old man wearing a baseball cap. Well, we've had lots of fun with clouds today, haven't we? Including that lovely story,
Mouse Tales by Arnold Lobel. And boys and girls, I've been looking forward to seeing all these photos coming in this week. Please get them to me by Friday if you can. That makes things easier for me to put the movie together for next week. But I'm looking forward to seeing them, and please tell me what you can see in your pictures or your photos of the clouds. So, until next week, bye bye everyone.